Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to read a letter that the Drama Club is very proud to have received. The letter reads, "Greetings. It gives me great pleasure to join with the citizens of Palmerton as you celebrate your community's 100th anniversary with a play written by students of your high school. Our great Commonwealth has grown through the strength and character of our communities. Throughout our proud history, groups of citizens have risen above their individual potential to create a better life for themselves and those around them. More than 300 years ago, William Penn endeavored to create a society in which the needs of the citizens would be met by the talents and the resources found within the community. This strong belief in citizenship is what we, as a Commonwealth, embody in our very name. Palmerton stands as a glowing example of community resilience and resolve. Through thick and thin, this town has continued to provide a community its inhabitants are proud to call home. After 100 years of success and hardship, it is appropriate for the citizens of this great town to unite in celebration of a rich history, while anticipating an even greater future. Celebrating this momentous occasion through the talent of your community's young people illustrates that the future of Palmerton is indeed bright. On behalf of all Pennsylvanians, I would like to offer my sincere wish for an exciting and ultimately successful centennial celebration. May you continue to find happiness and good fortune in your years to come. This letter was sent to us by the Governor of Pennsylvania, Thomas Ridge. Thank you.
There's nothing worse than giving a teacher an apple with a worm in it, except someone who gives a teacher an apple with half of a worm. Scared the wits right out of me. I thought I'd eaten the other half. Now, you can write 500 times on the blackboard, "I will not play nasty tricks on the teacher." My, what is the world coming to?
She's got no sense of fun. Why, it weren't that bad. In fact, she had better luck than Joshua Johnson did. I put the other half of the worm in his shoe fly pie. Ha! He spit that pie clear across the room. The girls won't be able to get the molasses out of their hair for a week. Oh, this is gonna take me forever to finish. Oh no, I'm late. I was supposed to help Pa with the chores right after school today. Pa says that if I don't help him with the chores, I can't come to school anymore. He thinks school's a waste of time. If I can't come to school, I won't be able to see my friends, and I'll never see Amelia. Oh, sweet, sweet Amelia. If I can't see Amelia, how am I gonna ask her to the barn dance? Oh, like it matters. I don't know how to dance. But if I did, I'd say to her, "Amelia, would you like to go to the dance with me? You make my heart pound faster than a heifer chewing in her feed bag." No, that don't sound right. "Amelia, would you give me the pleasure of taking you to the dance?" No, that don't sound right either. If only I knew how to ask her.
You already have, and I accept.
I didn't know you were here.
I've never heard such kind words in all my life, and yes, I love to go to the dance with you.
Boy! Where in God's creation have you been?
Pa, I was finishing my work here.
You have work to do at home. Ever since Mom passed away, you know it's been tough on the farm.
Yes, but Pa, I had to finish my work at school.
If I've told you once, I've told you a million times. School is a waste of time.
But Pa, it really isn't. Honest.
Oh, get back home and do your chores.
But Pa, look what I have to show you.
You got there.
This is a book the teacher gave us today about agricultural productivity.
Well, I guess I forgot my glasses at home.
Pa, I don't remember you ever wearing glasses.
Well, there's a lot of things about me that you don't know about.
Well, Pa, just read it.
I'll read it later.
Pa, please, all you gotta do is read it.
Billy, don't you understand? I can't read. I don't know how to read.
Oh, Pa, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't you pity me. Just because I can't read doesn't mean I'm stupid.
Mr. Devlin, Billy doesn't mean that. Why, if it weren't for Miss Vaughn, neither Billy nor I would be able to read. It just takes someone to show you how.
Yeah, Pa, even I can teach you how to read. Remember how you always told me, if you want to learn how to do something, find someone who knows how to do it and let them show you.
That is very true, Billy. I would also like to help you, Mr. Devlin. Not being able to read is nothing to be ashamed of. However, not doing anything about it when you have a chance to is.
Miss Vaughn, I don't think this concerns you.
Pooh! You heard me, pooh! Of course this concerns me. If I can prove to you that knowing how to read will help you become a better farmer, would you let Billy keep coming to school? It would mean a lot to me, Mr. Devlin. It pains me to see children miss the opportunity of school. In fact, down deep, I know you feel the same. If you didn't, why did you and the rest of the adults in this town build this building?
I think you've overstepped your bounds, Miss Vaughn.
Pooh!
Who?
You heard me, pooh! Now listen to me, Thaddeus Devlin. Learning comes in many forms. You are a fine farmer. If I wanted to know how to plant a field of corn, I would ask you, how is that so different from me teaching you how to read?
Well,
Miss Vaughn is right, Mr. Devlin. Why, Billy and I would also like to help you.
Pa, this is Amelia Shepherd. I'm taking her to the barn dance. That is, if I ever learn how to dance.
Mr. Devlin, you know how to dance, don't you?
well, I've been known to step fancy once or twice.
Perhaps we can make a deal. You teach Billy how to dance, and he'll teach you how to read. He's real good at it.
Please, Pa, Mom would have been so proud of you since she absolutely loved dancing.
Okay, it's a deal. Miss Vaughn, may I have this dance?
Well, certainly, Mr. Devlin.
Now pay attention, Billy. First you smile at your partner, then you Alamine right, Alamine left, do-si-do, and go to your spot.
Horseless carriages, Whoever thought of such blasted contraptions? They're dirty, smelly, and much too fast. It used to be that the streets were safe for children to play. Well, just this morning, when I was making my patrol down Hazard Road, I almost got runned over. There are accidents waiting to happen. Oh, sure, it makes life easier for the common person. Oh, yeah, and it makes my life that much harder. Why, today, I spent my entire morning writing tickets for the speeding maniacs. They had to have been going 9, 10 miles an hour. There's no reason at all that a man must drive at speeds like that. What the? Stop! 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 Let me see your license. You know, your license on paper?
Oh, my papers.
No, not your citizenship papers, your license.
License? What do you mean license?
Oh, no. Another one. Your license. It's your permission to drive.
Permission? Why do I need permission? I thought this was free country.
Well, yeah, it is a free country, but we still have laws here.
Oh, laws. I know laws. I know Constitution. I know Bill of Rights. George Washington was first president. What more I need?
You need a license.
But I am free.
You keep this up, you won't be. You'll go to jail. Now let me see your license.
I no have license. You give me license?
No, you have to go get a license.
My car broke. You give me your car, then I go get license.
No, you immigrants have to learn. Not everything is going to be handed to you for free. You have to work for what you get.
Work? You think I know work? I tell you about work. I work 12, 14 hours a day at the plant just supporting my family. Look at these hands. Do these look like the hands of a man who know work? Okay, so maybe I don't know the laws, but I can learn. You born here.
Yeah.
And your father, he born here.
Yeah.
And his father.
Not exactly.
Oh, so he comes from old country. You think it was easy for him coming here?
Never really thought about it before, but...
Come, sit, listen. I tell you story. I remember one cold night. I was huddled close to a kerosene stove in the town store. The owner of the store, he looked cautiously around. Then he pulled from his pocket a worn newspaper. It American newspaper. He opened it very lovingly, carefully. He shakes his head in disgust and says in a quiet voice, "Possessing this paper in our country is against the law. Our government wants us to read only what they print. They want us to accept only what they say as truth. In America, it is not this way. In America, the government ensure the rights of the people. All the people. They, the people of America, have rights. Right to go where they want, when they want. Most importantly, they have right to happiness. No one, not even the government, can take these rights away. I am old man. I stuck here. But you young men, you have your lives ahead of you. Get away from here. Find a way to get away." It was then that I made my decision. I would go to America. Now, this not easy decision to make or thing to do. We were not permitted to leave the country. However, I had been told of a man who would sell you forged traveling papers and tickets for ship to America. I knew trip would be dangerous. If caught, I could be sent to jail. Worse, I could be shot. Still, the desire in me burned strong. I decide to go. In dark alley, man's voice whisper, "You bring money?" I whisper, "Yes." Money was hard to come by. I had to sell furniture, farm tools, even my clothing. All I have left is what I'm wearing now. Papa, he gave me his entire life savings. Hardest part is to say goodbye to Papa. We know we never see each other again. I asked Man and Allie how I know these tickets good. He say, don't worry, I be going with you. After a long hike, we finally on big ship to America. This ship is very crowded, especially where we are, down below the waterline. There are no windows, just iron walls. Iron walls. There are hundreds of us. We all squished together. We are forced to share same small cot with 3, 4, 5 other people. All around me, people sick. They complain in languages I never hear before. French, Italian, German. A week ago, I was in the safety of my village. Now, I at the mercy of the Atlantic Ocean, storms, and the ship's crew. They not all treat us nicely. Shipwreck. I knock over my bucket. I spill everything. They give a small metal bucket to wash in. Also say metal bucket to pee in. About 3 o'clock in the morning, it is finally my turn to sleep in cot. Yosef. Your cough still with you, Yosef? Sleep, Yosef. You need rest. Help make you better. I sleep standing up holding onto iron pole. Hours later, there is suddenly great cheer coming from top of ship. Suddenly, ship's crew, they come down and they push us up steps to deck. And when I get to deck, oh, the sun, it hurt my eyes. But oh, fresh air, wondrous fresh air, it filled my lungs. Suddenly, there is long sigh and great cheer. And I see why. She is there. Lady of the harbor, she is there. Standing tall. In one arm, she hold a torch. In other arm, she hold book. Priests from my country read to me what is written on that book. Send me your tired, you're poor, you're helpless. Lady, I yell. We are here! Ship dock at island next to statue. It placed with 3 big red brick buildings. Everybody know place. It place you can examine to see if you can stay in America. Please, Yosef, I say. Please, Yosef, try not to cough. We go down ship's gangplank. There, men in uniform, pushing people in all directions. I see sign with our country's name on it. Come, Yosef. We go there. When we get to sign, man in uniform, he push us into a straight line, and we march into building. At front of line, doctor, he examined me. Oh, I am breathing fast. And my heart is beating fast. Doctor, he pushed me to right. I go a few steps, and suddenly from behind me I hear Yosef cough. I turn around and see Yosef being pushed to left. Yosef! Yosef! I never see Yosef again. Much later, letter from my papa. He told me Yosef had sickness. He was sent back and he'd die there. Soon, men in uniform, again, he pushed us into another line. Now, we are in another boat. This boat is not nearly as big as ship I cross Atlantic Ocean in. It take me to island called Manhattan. All the way on journey to Manhattan, people, they sing, they cry. Women, they fix hair, try to look pretty. Ship dock at island, and I go down ship's gangplank. I step from gangplank, and I realize I am now in America. I am free! All around me, men in suits, carrying work briefcases. They're walking all around. Wait, I think. Where I go now? Wait, I say. Does not matter where I go. I am free to choose. Free to choose. And I think, years from now, when I have children, they will be born to this freedom. Born to this freedom!
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sounds like where you came from was the most joyless place on earth.
Not always. I remember once a year, the people, the farmers, they would hold the harvest festival. Morsels of food would somehow be turned into a magnificent feast. And from under steps, from trunks and attics, men would pull out accordions and mandolins, and music with soul would fill the valleys. From colorful strips of cloth, people would make fancy dresses and would gather to dance. I have taken the name Yosef.
That's a fine name. Mine's James. Say, I was thinking, the wife, she's making a big pot roast for dinner tonight. It's a bit too much for my family. Would you and your family care to join us for dinner?
It would be an honor.
Great. Dinner will be at 7. Just ask anyone how to get there. Oh, and by the way, if you're running a little bit late, don't worry about it. We'll keep dinner warm. So please, don't drive fast.
Born to this freedom. Born to this freedom. My children. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, members of the Senate and the House of Representatives. Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy, the United States was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. In addition, American ships have been reported torpedoed on the high seas between San Francisco and Honolulu. Last night, the Japanese government launched an attack against Malaya. Last night, the Japanese government attacked Hong Kong. Last night, the Japanese government attacked the Philippine Islands. Last night, Japan attacked Wake Island. This morning, the Japanese attacked Midway Island. Japan, therefore, has undertaken a surprise offensive throughout the entire Pacific area. The facts of yesterday must be spoken for. The American people have already formed their opinion and are well aware of the implications to the very life and safety of our nation. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people, in their righteous might, will win through to absolute victory. Therefore, I ask that Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
Miss Vaughn! Look what me and Mary got!
Johnny, it's Mary and I.
No, Miss Vaughn, Mary and me got this stuff, not you.
John, what's wrong with you? Don't you remember when Miss Vaughn taught us that it's I, not me?
Sure I do. I was just kidding. Anyway, we went up to the old mansion
mansion on the hill.
You mean the old haunted mansion on Marshall's Hill?
Go on. No one's ever got up there and lived to tell about it.
Now, children, let's hear what John has to say. Go ahead, John.
First of all, it ain't no haunted mansion.
It isn't.
That's what I said. It ain't haunted. There are a couple of nice old people that lives there. They was real happy we stopped by.
They even have a flag in their window to show someone close to them is in the service. It's just like the one my mom put in our window when my dad left.
My window flag has 3 stars on it. One's for my father and 2 are for my brothers.
Yes, many of us have these flags. It represents that we have a father or a brother who is away in the service, in the Army or Navy or...
Do you have a flag, Miss Vaughn?
Well, not directly, children. My fiancé is away in the Navy. His mother has a flag hanging in her window, but she says it is there for both of us.
Hey, a fiancé? Doesn't that mean you're going to get married? Doesn't that mean you won't be teaching no more?
Anymore. I don't know, John. We'll just have to wait and see. And while we wait, we must all do our part to help end this terrible war.
My mom says we have to do things just as if my dad were here. That way when my dad comes home, things will be just the way they were before.
Your mother's right, Mary.
That's a good idea. We should all do that.
Hey! Hey! Can I finish my story now? There are a couple of nice old people that live in the mansion. They've been collecting up on stuff and waiting for someone like us to stop by and get it into the collection centers. In fact, this is just a little bit of the stuff they have. The man said we should bring the whole class back and help get the stuff to the collection centers. The lady said she would treat us to a big cake.
Ooh, a big cake. I bet it'd be a huge cake. No, a huge chocolate chip covered in lots of chocolate frosting. I bet it'd be filled with delicious strawberry cream. And I bet if we help out enough, we might even get 2 cakes.
Now, children, calm down. You all are aware of how hard it would be to get enough ration coupons for a cake big enough to feed you all. I'm sure the people in the house mean well, but let's not expect too much.
We know, Miss Vaughn, but it all just sounds so wonderful to have desserts again. Miss Vaughn, they will make a cake for us. The lady says she's been saving her ration coupons just for something like this. She says it's one way she feels she's doing her part. My mom's doing the same thing. When my dad comes home, we're gonna have a big cake. Will it be chocolate?
I guess you're right, Mary. And so are the nice people on the hill. We all have to do our part if we want this terrible war to be over soon. Let's all do our part.
You know, I'm getting a little tired of everything about this war. Everywhere you go, everyone you talk to is constantly referring to something about the war.
Yeah, it's more this and more that. You're right. Enough is enough. I just heard them talking about war bonds.
More rationings, more brides.
Not to mention the war power and the war effort and on and on. I'm happy to help, but I sure do wish this darn thing would stop. Now there's something we would all enjoy hearing about. The war stop. That's what I'm working for here. All this collecting and sorting is for one reason. By doing our part here at home, we're helping the GIs overseas. Here we have to do our part. Got to help the war start. Lehigh have to. Hazard Road, pick your cans up. By the loads, help the war start. When the Friday news is read, Saturday lies on the tread. We will bring our wagons by, loading papers to the sky to help the war start.
We all miss daddies, uncles, and big brothers. They are gone from our homes, but not our hearts. We will all help support our aunts and mothers
By pitching in and helping do our part. I am weary of headlines about Germans. I don't want to read a tale about some Jap.
But when I hear my next story about the big one, I'll
Be a huddled up on Daddy's lap. So we gather tin and glass, and we ration flour and gas. There are things we must forsake.
Mom cut out my birthday cake.
To help the war start. Help the war start.
Up the war, stop, start. Up the war, stop, start.
Miss Vaughn. Miss Vaughn, have you heard from your fiancé yet?
Why, yes. I received a letter from him just yesterday.
Oh,
Mary, what's wrong?
well, it's just, I haven't heard from my father in almost 2 months.
Oh, Mary, don't worry. Many times people in the Army find themselves in strange places. Places that have no postman or post offices. I'm sure this would happen to your father. I'll bet he's thinking about how worried you must be not to have heard from him. I'm sure the first chance he has, he will send a letter to you. It'll all work out. Now go along and join the other kids. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is blue, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
Miss Vaughn. Miss Vaughn. I'm sorry, it's just, I don't want to spend another Christmas without my father being here.
I know, child, I know.
Okay, you guys, keep your heads down and keep alert.
Dear Mary, I know it's been a long time since you've heard from me, but I've written to you and your mother almost every day. Unfortunately, I haven't been near any place where I could send the letters. I miss you and your mom. Most of all, I miss the holidays we shared, especially Christmas. It seems like only yesterday we were walking down Delaware Avenue enjoying the Christmas lights, the displays in the shop windows, and the snowball fights in the park. The joy Mom and I got watching her perform in Miss Vaughn's annual Christmas play last year. I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow
dirt! Hit the dirt! Medic! Medic!
Honestly, John, you're going to be the death of me yet.
It wasn't my fault. I was storming up the hill. My guns was blazing, and by the time I noticed the ditch, I was already rolling back down the hill.
Okay, all fixed. Now, no more running around until after the play.
John, let's Miss Vaughn. Get you for that, Tom Becker. Get you for that, Tom Becker.
John, hit him after the play.
Stop it! Stop it! Tom, now you stop pulling wings right now. I'm going to tell Miss Vaughn.
Okay, I'll stop pulling on your wing.
No, Tom, give my halo back. Tom, give my halo back right now. Miss Vaughn, Tom stole my halo.
Tom, give her back her halo. Now, all of you go and get ready for the Christmas pageant. Mary, what's wrong? Don't you want to be in the Christmas pageant?
Yes, but it's Christmas and I still haven't heard from my father. I just don't know what I'd do if Western Union boy were to show up to say you don't think he's...
Oh, no, Mary. Don't even think about that. I finally received a letter from my fiancé last week, and it was over a month old. He said the war would be over soon, and all the men would be coming home.
Mary. Mary.
Daddy, you're home! Miss Vaughn. Miss Vaughn. I'm sorry, Miss Vaughn. This telegram just came for you.
No. Please, no.
Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream. Make him the cutest that we've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses and clover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, we're so alone. Don't have nobody to call our own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream. Bung 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 bung. Bung 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 bung. Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream. Make him the cutest that we've ever seen. Give him the word that I'm not a rover. Then tell him that my lonesome nights are over. Sandman, we're so alone. Don't have nobody to call our own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream. Bung 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 bung. Bung 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 bung. Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream. Give him a pair of eyes with a come-hither gleam. Give him a lonely heart like Pagliacci, and lots of wavy hair like Liberace. Sandman, someone to hold would be so peachy before we're too old. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring us, please, please bring us, Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream.
That was very nice, girls. I'll be getting in touch with you soon. kids. Who's next?
Hey, Miss Vaughn, me and the Rockers are next. Give us a minute to set up. We just gotta plug in.
Yeah, when we plug in, you better hold your ears, because we're gonna rock. Oh, I mean, we're gonna play some very nice music for you, Miss Vaughn.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, hit it.
Gonna rock around the clock tonight. Yeah, yeah.
What is going on? Miss Vaughn, how could you allow this blasting, bombastic noise in my school?
Mr. Fuddy, sir,
How could you ever think of allowing them to audition?
Sir, the students seem to enjoy.
You don't actually believe this type of music is acceptable in my school, do you?
Sir, most of the students like their sound. If you would just listen to them for a moment, maybe you would too.
I don't care about what the students do or do not like. This is my school, with my rules.
With all due respect, sir, isn't this the students' school?
Oh, Miss Vaughn, I'm not worried about whose school it is. I'm worried about our image. If we allow this devil music, we'll have parents waltzing in here at droves to complain about this noise.
Noise, sir, it's only music. Young people developed a musical style for their generation. I had mine, my mother had hers, and my grandmother and you had yours.
Huh, well, Miss Vaughn, the music I listen to is considered very avant-garde today. Miss Vaughn, the cutie pies are just fine. We don't need all this shaking and baking going on. Wait. Kids, I don't know what's wrong with these kids today. Kids who can understand anything they say. Kids, they're disobedient, disrespectful oafs. Noisy, crazy, sloppy, lazy, loafers. While we're on the subject, kids, you can talk till your face is blue. Kids, but they still just do what they want to do. Why can't they be like we were, perfect in every way? What's the matter with kids today? Kids, I don't know what's wrong with these kids today. Kids who can understand anything they say. Kids, they are so ridiculous and so immature. Laughing, singing, dancing, dreaming, morons. While we're on the subject, kids, they are just impossible to control. Kids, with their awful clothes and their rock and roll. Why can't they dance like we did? What's wrong with Sammy K? What's the matter with kids today? Why can't they be like we were, perfect in every way? What's the matter with kids today? Well, Miss Vaughn, this is not playing fair.
That is you wearing a zoot suit in that picture, isn't it?
Yes, but well, that was different. I was young and a bit foolish.
Do you think they're any different than we were back then?
Oh, Miss Vaughn, I get your point. Students are lucky to have a teacher like you at their school. And so am I. The Rocker Knockers may play the dance. But please, not so much of that shaking and baking.
Bring us a dream. Make him the cutest that we've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, we're so alone. Don't have nobody to call our own. Please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman. Bring us, please, please, bring us, Mr. Sandman. Bring us a dream.
Okay, that was the Cutie Pies. Let's hear a nice round of applause for them. Now for a new group, let's hear it for the Rocker Knockers.
You know you make me wanna take my hands back, throw my hands back. Come on now, come on now. Don't forget to say you will. Don't forget to say yeah, 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 yeah. Say it right now. Come on, come on. Say it right now. Say that you love me, say that you need me, say that you want me, you never leave me. Come on now, come on now, come on now. I still remember when you used to be 9 years old. I was in love with you from the bottom of my soul. You wanna leave me, you wanna let me go. You wanna leave me, you wanna let me go. I want you to know, I said I want you to know right now. You've been good to me, baby, better than I've been to myself. And if you ever leave me, I don't want nobody else. thinking about you. You know you've been so good to me. You know you've been so good to me, baby. You know you make me want.
Good morning. Welcome back from summer vacation. As some of you know, I am your principal, Mr. Johnson, and this is your new teacher, Mr. Vaughn. We, along with the rest of the faculty, would like to wish you the best senior year possible. And I would also like to remind you, if any of you seniors get out of line, you will have to answer to me.
Good morning. For those of you who weren't paying attention, I'm your teacher, Mr. Vaughn. Welcome to Social Studies 101. To get you back into the swing of things, let's discuss some current events in the news that may be affecting us. Does anybody have a topic to discuss?
Yo, Mr. Vaughn. Yeah, last week, man, they shut down our hangout. It was horrible. The cops just busted in. It was crazy.
Yeah, man, I was there last week. Those pigs, they just broke in. So uncool.
A few pieces of plywood nailed together to make a clubhouse is not a hangout, and your father coming to pick you up in his rent-a-cop uniform is not what I would call the police.
And I'm sure we're all worried about that, but I was talking something a little more national.
Yeah, Mr. Vaughn. Next week, a new Doors album's coming out. It's gonna be so groovy.
And I'm sure we're all worried about the new Doors record also, but I was talking about something a little more political, something affecting the nation.
This morning I heard something on the news about them sending 10,000 more troops to Vietnam.
Yes, I heard the same thing. Does anybody have a opinion on this subject?
Yeah, it's stupid.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Star?
I said I think it's stupid.
And why do you hold such a strong opinion on this?
Because I don't understand our country. I mean, all we want to do is fight. 10,000 people just died, and the government decides it's okay to send 10,000 more troops to die? It's a suicide mission.
It's not a suicide mission. It's our duty.
Our duty to die? To die for what?
For our country, for what we believe in. It's the right thing to do.
How can you just sit there and say that? The right thing to do? Millions of men just died, and you're sitting there saying it's the right thing to do?
I mean, yeah, I agree with Star. How's it the right thing to do by sending my boyfriend to Vietnam? I mean, why is it right for him to die, huh? I mean, he just turned 20 and he has so much ahead of him. But now he's been drafted. Now he doesn't even have a chance.
You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, why are we even here? We spend so much of our lives being educated for what? To be sent out on the fields to die?
Not everyone dies at war. And if they do, at least they die honorably.
Honor, man. Do you believe being drafted into the war at the age of 19 against my will entitles me to an honorable death? Wow, then you're pretty dumb, Sam.
Sam, war is not a matter of honor. War is messy, and war is cold, and war is bitter. War can last months, or it can last years. But for all those families whose children have died, as you say honorably, it lasts forever.
Either way, if you're drafted, and you have to go.
Why? Why do you have to go? Just protest it. Don't go. I say we rally.
They'd throw you in jail?
They can't throw us all in jail. And besides, if I'm going to stand up for something, it might as well be something I believe in.
No, she's right. My brother Brad shouldn't go.
Go where? Where's Brad going?
Well, 2 weeks ago we got a letter. He was drafted. He leaves Thursday.
No, Sonny, just tell him not to go. Don't let him go.
He doesn't have a choice.
Well, actually, a bunch of guys left him hitched right out to Canada. He just might go.
I just don't understand why he has to go. I mean, he was the captain of the football team. The most popular guy in school, man. Why him?
But he just can't not go. That's illegal.
I mean, yes, honey. I don't want to see him go either. But I really don't think it's worth running away for.
No, just tell him to get out of the country for a while before it's too late.
I don't know what to do, man. I mean, should I tell him to go to Vietnam? Should I tell him to get out of the country and go to Canada? I mean, I don't want him to get killed, but I also don't want him to look upon as a coward by her father.
Avoiding war doesn't make you a coward.
Well, my grandfather, he fought in World War II. My father, he fought in Korea. Worse in our blood. He's expected to fight.
Yeah, but you can't live your life up to other people's expectations.
Well, I know that. But maybe it's not my place to give advice. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know anything about war. I'm just a kid.
It's not a matter of being young or being old. It's not a matter of being a coward or being brave. It's a matter of making your own decisions.
Mr. Bond, what happened to you?
I, like many others, went to serve my country. I didn't have a choice. They were to draft me right out of high school. But having a bit of luck, I got into college. Immediately after graduation, I thought I was out of danger, ready to start life. But unfortunately, my number came up and I was drafted anyways.
Well, Mr. Vaughn, unlike you, my brother couldn't get into college. He can't postpone his duty.
I admit college was a way to avoid the drafts, but I was scared. I did what I had to do, and in the long run, I was drafted anyways.
Yeah, but Mr. Bond, was it really worth it?
It's okay, Willow. You asked me if it was worth it, and I'd have to say yes.
What?
And no. I admit I didn't enjoy being in war, but I am one of the lucky ones.
Lucky?
Lucky to be alive. This is just a casualty of war. That bullet might have been my lucky ticket.
But how is getting shot a lucky ticket?
Got me on the next plane home, didn't it?
Well, yeah, but you could have been killed.
And that's why I'm one of the lucky ones. I saw a lot of people die, and I assure you, there will be more.
You see, that is exactly why we should protest it.
What do you care? You're just a girl. You don't have to worry about being drafted.
Sam, you just don't get it, do you? My boyfriend is out there. Every single day the body count gets higher. Every single night I go to bed wondering if I'll ever even see him again. So why don't you just sit here and you lecture us about the right thing to do and about honoring our country and what our duty is? Men are dying. Don't you understand? Some of them never come home.
And the ones who do prove their manhood.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Just like Sonny, war is in my blood too. The day I graduate and I'm of age, I'll register. Just as a man should.
Weren't you listening to Willow? She is scared for her boyfriend. Is that what you want, for your whole family to worry about you?
To my family, I must prove that I'm a man.
And what if you don't make it home, huh? While your mother and your father stand over your coffin and your mother wipes the tears from her eyes, will you be a man then?
I'm going star. If not this war, the next one. I'll be okay. My country needs me.
Don't you think I understand that? Look, Sam, I know you want to protect your country, but will your country protect you?
I'll be fine, okay? Don't worry.
Sam, I know you want to prove yourself, but you're not invincible. While on the battlefield, there are no guarantees. Nobody can promise you'll ever make it home.
See, Sam, there are no promises. You know it's a risk. It's a huge risk.
Yeah, but like my brother, Sam also has to prove himself.
You have nothing to prove. Boys, when will they ever learn?
Yeah, when will they ever learn?
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Gone to young girls, everyone. just gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone to the flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they
You see, when will they ever learn? War is wrong.
You know, Star, maybe you will are right. Maybe war is wrong.
What are you, a coward?
No, I just don't think fighting is the way to go.
Come on, you coward.
Sam, relax, man.
Are you a coward? Come on, coward, all right? Go,
You're
go.
not.
You're big. Come on, coward.
Sam, chill out, man.
Why are you sticking up for this coward?
Sam, would you just stop it?
Someone's got to teach him how to be a man.
You know what, Sam? If you're gonna hit me, come on, just hit me. Let's go. Come on.
What are you talking about?
Well, if you already made up your mind that's what you're gonna do, you might as well just do it. But I told you, don't think fighting is the way to go.
Now all of you sit down. Now do you understand war?
What?
Sam believes in war, and Star is against it. Willow fears it, and Sunny isn't sure. Like in all cases, we all have our own opinions, and we stand behind them. Some people believe in war, and some people believe in peace. And right now, our country believes in war. Our country believes that they will stand behind their opinions through fighting. And I, as your teacher, would like to teach you to communicate with your minds and not with your fists. Welcome to Social Studies 101. How many years must one man have before he can call him a man? How many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years must one man have before he can see the sky? How many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? How many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
crotch? Why don't they wear them around their waist where they're intended to be worn?
Don't you remember the clothes that we used to wear when we were in high school? And how ridiculous our parents said we looked?
Yo, man, what's with the way teachers are dressing nowadays?
I don't know, man. Don't they realize how out of style they are?
I don't know. I think it's okay. I mean, why do you gotta pick on the way they dress? Look at you. Not exactly GQ now, are we?
And what's with all these pagers and phones? Do they think they're gonna lose contact between classes? You know, I never thought I'd miss the day students pass notes under the desks.
I know what you mean. When we were in school, we never had this kind of technology. And even if we did, we'd have enough respect to leave it at home.
Respect? I haven't heard that word in ages.
Well, good morning, ladies. What kind of gossip am I missing out on today?
We're just chatting about the silly habits of today's teenagers.
Oh, and what conclusion have you come to on the subject?
Well, I think their dress is ridiculous, and that lack of respect is disgusting.
I don't mean to judge your dress style, but respect towards teachers today is pathetic.
We're teachers. We can judge. I think they're just trying to assert themselves. I mean, remember how we reacted towards adults when we were their age? The protests, the drugs, the music, the clothes. Our parents thought we were pretty crazy too. It just goes with being a teenager.
Yo, man, what do you think those teachers are talking about over there?
I don't know, maybe we should go over and see what kind of info we can overhear.
Why do we even want to know? We're going to hear enough from them today. Besides, they're probably talking about Neanderthals like you.
Whoa, she hit below the belt on that one.
Oh, Rachel, your mouth is so big.
How big is it?
That I hear the National Weather Service wants to name a hurricane after it. Oh, there she goes, storming off.
Oh, man, that was harsh.
Where are you? I've been looking for you all morning. You didn't answer any of my pages. I didn't find you all morning. Well, listen, I really need to talk to you. No, I gotta talk to you. You know that math test? I didn't understand half the questions. And if I don't get at least a B, I can't go to the concert on Saturday. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do with the extra ticket? Oh, thanks for caring. Where are you? There you are. Well, anyway, did you see Jason today? Yeah, he was so gorgeous.
Hi, guys. I just want to remind you about our quiz today.
Quiz? What quiz? Why is he talking about quizzes?
Dude, I just don't know.
Well, maybe if the two of you would spend more time actually listening in class instead of drooling over your little after-school party plans, you wouldn't be faced with the confusion.
Wait, what do you mean, little after-school party plans? I'll have you know that this weekend's offering to the party gods will be one that would make Jim Morrison himself proud.
Man, did you ever sit back and wonder how great it would have been in Morrison's time? Nothing to worry about, just easy sailing.
Yeah, all they did was get high back then.
Yeah, that must have been so cool.
Shut up. Is that all you can think about? I mean, I don't know about getting high every day, but the 90s are so boring. I'd rather live in any era other than this. I mean, why couldn't we live in the old swing days, or the poodle skirt times, or the 60s, man? They had great clothes, great music.
Great drugs.
Shut up. What's with you guys? All you ever talk about is getting stoned. Would you just grow up?
Man, what is her problem?
I don't know. Whatever happened to the good old days when women acted like women?
When they knew their role.
Oh, man. The good old days.
Well, Mr. Smith, would you care to enlighten us on just how good those old days really were?
Well, they didn't have regular school days. More free time for me. And the immigrants, they brought great food.
Oh, yeah, man. I could go for some of that great Chinese food. Especially that halupki.
Halupki?
Yeah, you know, the roll with the eggs and stuff inside.
My grandmother makes halupki. You're thinking of egg rolls.
Oh, egg rolls.
The old days were great. That is, when we women got our rights.
That was the only thing wrong with the old days.
Your wit astounds me.
The good thing about the old days is that women started to learn to pull their own weight and stop depending on us men.
Oh, yeah? Well, we didn't need you then, and we still don't.
All right, everyone, all right. Mr. Smith, do you have anything else to add?
Well, you can't complain about the 50s rock and roll. Poodle skirts.
Oh, and Elvis.
Oh, Elvis was cool. Now the 60s, they were the best, man. All the 60s were about was good time, great women, good drugs, and great parties.
Man, the 60s must have been so cool.
Like you said, in the early 1890s, we didn't have a regular school day. But you have to remember that was also a time when you weren't allowed to go to school. Instead, you had to stay home and work long, hard hours out in the field, tending crops, raising animals. You should be lucky you have a school to go to, instead of having to do hard work like that.
Okay, so the 1890s weren't that great, but you gotta love the food that the immigrants brought, man.
Well, I admit a lot of good things and good food came with the immigrants. But you have to realize how hard things were back then. You know, it wasn't easy for the immigrants to come to America.
Okay, so it wasn't that easy for the immigrants. But after that, you still have the women's movement. You gotta love it. Women got jobs, we got control, we finally got some respect.
Well, I hate to ruin your power trip, Rachel, but the only reason women got any control at all was because there was a war going on, and all the men were off at battle.
Ha ha ha. The only reason you women got rights is because you're too chicken to fight.
Actually, women didn't get real rights until much later on.
Okay, so you can't complain. So we had a few bad eras, but you can't complain about the 50s, rock and roll, or the 60s, man. They were the best.
Well, the 50s and 60s might have had great music, but in the 50s, there were also dreaded diseases like polio, and it destroyed many lives. And in the 60s, there was Vietnam. You see, no era is as glamorous as it seems when you stop and take a good look at what really happened. Now, I'm not saying the 90s are perfect, but overall, it's not a bad time to be alive.
The 90s are boring.
I'll agree that 90s may not be the most exciting times to live in, but today there's opportunities for all people to go to school, to get medical assistance, and many other things that weren't available just a few years ago. Today you can do anything you put your mind to because the opportunity exists. You know, I see you walking around with your cell phones and your beepers, and if technology is this advanced today, I can't imagine what it's going to be like in the future. You know, I read a report this morning, and it stated that kids your age will have at least 10 jobs and 3 careers in their lifetimes. It said that one of those jobs may not even be on Earth. If this is true, you'll always be in school, training for something new.
You know, guys, maybe we don't have it that bad.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we're stuck in school instead of doing all that farm work.
Don't get me wrong. Things weren't always bad. Just that we as people have done a lot of growing and learning. We've learned from our mistakes and made changes so that we could have a better life today. Who knows? Maybe even some of you will become teachers and point the way to the future.
You know, guys, maybe he's right. I mean, all the kids in the past, they all had teachers to show them what to do. Through all that time, they must have learned something. I mean, maybe students didn't learn everything about physics or biology or advanced English, but teachers must have done something right, or we wouldn't have it as good as we do today. Through all that time, they must have learned something.
Must have been cold there in our shadows to never have sunlight on your face. You are content to let us shine. That's your be nothing.